Сайн байцгаана уу хүнд үзэгчдээ. Өнөөдөр манай Defacto нэвтрүүлгийн зочноор Делл технологи компани Азийн орнуудыг хариуцсан Дэд Ерөнхийлөгч Анотай Ветаяакорн оролцож байна.
Делл технологийн Дэд Ерөнхийлөгч Анотай Ветаяакорн Тайландын Assumption University-г магистрийн зэрэгтээ төгссөн. Билд ажиллахаас өмнө Тайланд дахь Compact компьютер HP-гийн Тайланд дахь салбарт ажиллаж байсан. Мөн 2004 оноос Делл болон мэдээллийн технологийн салбарт ажиллаж байгаа юм. Бизнес стратеги, бизнес хөгжүүл харилцагч, хэрэглэгчийн харилцааны бүхий асуудлыг хариуцсан ажилладаг юм.
Good evening.
Good evening, Jargal.
Welcome to Mongolia.
Thank you very much.
What is your business in Mongolia? Actually, let's start from that.
Thank you so much. First of all, really honored to be with you in this conversation. I'm running a Dell technology business, right, for Asia emerging market. I'm the vice president of the company. Asia emerging markets is spanning 28 countries across Asia, right, from Afghanistan, Pakistan, those South Asia countries. Indochina, right, and including Mongolia and the country in the Pacific region. It's quite broad country, right? So, but on emerging, developing, market for us, yeah.
Of Dell
Technology.
How big is your business in Mongolia? What is the specific of that business in Mongolia?
Okay, so I have to say that on IT business here in Mongolia, we are quite a strong player. Right, in this market, and most of the large corporate customer, they actually leveraging our technology from PC business, right? Of course, using for their staff, their workforce, their business operation, and including a data center business, which is like a server storage. Now we talk about cloud. Data, big data. So I think we are all across, the IT landscape for infrastructure and devices. Yeah.
And we have a national database center in Mongolia.
Exactly.
So do they use your technologies as well?
Yes. In Mongolia, national data centers, they are using our equipment almost like 80% plus, right, in that, infrastructure. So, we are really well established here in Mongolia market, and very well accepted and trusted by customer across, from consumer to large corporate customer. Yeah.
Well, you said trusted.
Yes.
Which is so important now in this digital economy, where the personal related data to be in very good and safe hand.
Yes.
In that sense, what is new in technology we have recently, you have heard, approved a law.
Yes.
And we very much try to be very much e-country.
Yes.
E-Mongolia, the program, Digital Mongolia. In that sense, probably you will have more and more businesses in Mongolia.
Of course.
Growing.
Yes.
Okay. When we talk about now digital economy, we a lot talk about cloud economy. Let's say. So there is even called multi-cloud system.
Exactly. Yes.
So what are the plan you to do in this regard in Mongolia?
Okay, so there's a few questions here that you asked me. The first one, you talk about a sensitivity of data, data protection, privacy. I think this is a big thing, right, for everyone in the world, right, including us as a technology company, people like yourself, Mongolian people, company as well. So I would say that the more you use technology, okay, the more the country is moving to the e-economy or, the digital country, digital nation, so on and so forth. Higher risk, we're actually having more exposed as well. Because, those cyber threat is actually looking for, something that is valuable for them, which is data, right, the customer data. For Dell Technology, we are so much, concerned, and we drive a lot of innovation initiative as well to help our customer protecting that data. First thing first, as a company, we actually having a moonshot goal, which is a social impact plan, right?
Okay.
Apart from sustainability, diversity,
Moonshot goal?
Yeah, moonshot goal. We said this is a moonshot goal. We look for like 2030, that we want to be like a greeners company. By 2050, we want to be like a zero emission company, right? And also we drive diversity. But on the other hand, we uphold, right? So the ethics and privacy is very strictly. We develop technology that makes sure that, we are having the governance process to protect our customer privacy data. On the other hand, we have part of our business, right, that drive data protection, cybersecurity, cyber resiliency kind of thing to help our customer protect the most important asset, which is data. Because nowadays, the approach on protecting data has changed. You mentioned about multi-cloud. Your data is no longer just in your on-premise data center or devices. Your data can be in a private cloud, public cloud, software as a services, edge, telecom cloud, so on and so forth. Then, we need to have the holistic view on protecting the data across multi-cloud world, right? And also, having very detailed plan from protecting data, detecting any intruders, how you have a policy to respond to that incident, and then worst case scenario, if you cannot protect, they get something from you, how you can recover your flash data so you are not disrupt the business and you not lose credibility and trust to the customer. So that is our part of the business as well.
To guarantee the continuity of businesses in any case.
Exactly.
In that sense, cloud, in physical terms, your data is somewhere which you not necessarily, all the technical people knows where is your data. And for example, maybe, I don't know,
the audience.
What data is now in Texas somewhere.
Yeah, got it.
But however, when we talk about multi-cloud, the same data in the same cloud, in many clouds, or it's partially one is there, the partially one. How does it work? All right,
this is very good question, right? I try to make sure I speak in the a normal language that people can understand. So back before 15 years ago, right? So we all know that every company have their own data center.
Yes,
they build their data center.
The room,
protect the room. Very cold. You get in, right? So then that's where your data was, right? Before 15 years. After 15 years, because cloud is with us nearly 15 years, it's just like the other technology is developed and mature, right? At first stage, we know cloud from the public cloud player, like people like Amazon, Google, Azure, right? They are public cloud player. But along the way, cloud has developed and matured. People, instead of using just one public cloud, they start using a multiple cloud. Maybe some application is run on Amazon, some application is run on their on-prem data center. Some they consume as a services somewhere else. So from just one cloud, become hybrid cloud, become the multi-cloud, whereby they have many cloud locations. So cloud is not a place. It is the operating model, where the customer can, get some advantages. For example, quick provisioning. Tomorrow, if you want to run a new application, in the past you have to procure a new server, implementation maybe take 2-3 months, But with the agility of the cloud, you can actually run the application right away tomorrow by quick provisioning. And it can scale near limit, right? Near unlimited kind of thing. So that is the advantage you can get. But with multi-cloud, you have to make sure that, you can actually seamless delivers, right? To the customer, no matter where data and app is. That's where they'll come in, right? To help them connect, and having consistent experiences across, no matter where your data is. That is what we call multi-cloud. So, in short, right, so we saw that organization today evolve from just one data center in their on-prem, now multiple location, and then to the multi-cloud where they connect everything in a seamless manner, consistent experiences, and best outcome to the customer and themselves.
In that sense, at which level we are in Mongolia, and how do you see in near future your innovation in Mongolia? I mean, the strategy.
Yeah, you will be very surprised. I have to say that the computer literacy in Mongolia is quite high. The people I know, the customer we experience with, they all very technology kind of savvy. They know everything. So then the adoption is very fast, right? So comparing to past many years, I think in the past 2 years under the pandemic, things has accelerated, right? We saw the customer now thinking about having more than one location, one cloud, and also expanding to the edge platform, edge cloud as well. Edge is one kind of cloud. For example, in Mongolia, you have a lot of mining facility. In mining facility, you need to get some data from equipment, machine, environment, so on and so forth. And you have to make decision right away. For safety reasons, for productivity, for so on and so forth. You need edge computing located at the mining, right? That can produce data using AI machine learning to analyze data right away before sending back to the core data center or to the cloud. So that's where the customer in Mongolia, especially the corporate customer, they're thinking about having multiple locations to optimize the cloud economy. And what we are doing today, so we are start working with some of our partners, some of the telco, right, in setting them up as the cloud, the local cloud operation as well. So customer can take advantage from the cloud agility, right? So, along with their own data center, they want to, control that data in their on-premise.
They want at least to be sure that they are in control, not somebody else.
But they want advantages of the cloud agility from the other cloud player. From here is quite far away from, a hyperscale player, right? So, data center is not here. So maybe bandwidth constraints, so on and so forth. The local cloud will be a great option. So we are working, very closely with the, the local cloud providers to establish that services for Mongolia customer.
So you will create several local clouds.
Exactly.
With the help of your Dell technology.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, you said a very interesting thing is that, say, in the mining environment, we are say now in our largest mine, 1.5 kilometer deep inside. It's an enormous job to have this safety, security of the employees, and yet they are working in normal conditions, making right decisions in any case. And then now the machine itself, the environment itself, then the management, all this information comes together, and then the next move of that person, operator, to be the most optimal one, right? In that sense, you said just now, artificial intelligence. How much artificial intelligence is utilized in Mongolia, and what is the trend or strategy here to use it more, because it will save a lot energy, time, money?
I don't have the figures today on how much they consume this technology, but I can say that is a growing trend, right? As you already said, a safety reason in the mining underground is very important. In the past, you have some sensor, right? And then the people at the site have to watch out, monitor the sensor closely. Electromagnetic, some kind of chemical composite, so on and so forth, that can be dangerous for the human being. But by using technology, you have edge computing. Edge computing connect to the IoT sensor. You may have like a multiple kind of sensors in the mining location.
Edge computing, what is the principal difference?
Edge
ordinary computing.
It's a platform. It is part of the cloud ecosystem.
I see.
Right? In your large, like a mining company, in their headquarters, they might have their own on-premise data center. They might have some application run on some public cloud or software as a services. And in the meantime, they have the edge cloud, edge computing in their respective location, remote location. Because
kind of
a real-time
cloud.
Because a real-time data analytic needed. That's why For example, some incident happen in the manufacturing or mining location. You need to make decision right away. You cannot wait for someone to send the data back to the public cloud or private cloud to make decisions. That's why AI has to run on the edge cloud, right? Edge cloud should be able to have the capability or competency to help analyze a quick data that you can make immediate decision or automate, right? Like a shutdown or alert some of the noises that alert the people that danger's coming, right? So I think that is
the faster
needed.
Reaction we need.
Exactly.
Then with the AI, we need about this 5G technology.
That's right.
And
That's
yet,
right.
Mongolia is one of few countries where we not yet have 5G.
Yes.
And some operators say, no, 5G is so expensive and you need some time so the consumers know about that. And yet consumers will know only when they have the 5G.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean, this reluctance in the economy to invest now than to get back afterwards.
Right.
And when 5G comes to Mongolia, you think?
From what I see, I discussed with a few telco provider here.
Yes.
I know that they are under test and development, right, on the 5G. I think what people question is what is the use case?
Yes.
How are you going to utilize and make 5G real profitable, right?
And yet, without knowing yourself, there is already need, like we talked about AI, which needs to be very quick.
Exactly.
Now, in particular, the e-machine comes, e-car comes, e-vehicle, then the reaction to it, even the driverless car, so much reaction, so much fast, which only can be provided by 5G only.
Yes, that's right. I don't think Mongolia in a position that you're resistant to this technology. No, right, it will come.
But somebody is to invest there.
Yes, that's right.
By the way, up to now, 4G, operators usually were investing into this infrastructure.
Yes.
They have, for example, just in a very simple language, the antennas to be, say, a kilometer from each other. Now with 5G, you need a lot antenna.
Yes.
Which is expensive.
Yeah.
And instead now one operator doing, say, whole nation is doing together. Is it the approach? Is it the approach in China, Thailand, Japan? Or its operators are still doing? Yeah,
so I think 5G is now is very popular in the open system, right? Whereby we have technologies, right? Open RAN that can help a telco save more costs, to operate like a private 5G network, things like that. That's why in Dell Technologies we are now investing for the futures, right? You will see us that invest a lot of people on telco, R&D, 5G, edge computing, it's all ecosystem, Yes. I think, when we talk about edge computing, right, that will be a use case that make 5G real, and in the futures, in every location you need edge, right? For example, in retail store.
Yes.
One retail store, you need one edge.
Yes.
Right? One retail store, right? Retail outlet, you need one edge. Edge computing, right? Or in manufacturing site, you need one edge, right, to produce the data. Because whoever that can get inside of the data real time, right, will actually win. Right? In the digital era, we are moving to the digital era where data is super important, right?
Yes,
it's all about data. Yeah.
You have been working also in health sector. Thailand did a wonderful job. At that time, you were in charge of Dell Computing there, and you are professional in IT. So, how much this S computing now comes to my daily life in terms of taking care of my health and connected with my health service provider, my doctor, my hospital. Then wherever I go, then they know exactly if something happens, they immediately can know that
Yeah.
In that sense, what is the future?
So you will be surprised that nowadays we all using edge, computing indirectly, right? So when you consume the healthcare services, the machine like our MRI is always equipped with all sensors and everything, and they have their own edge, that actually can.
Each MRI has own
that's
edge
right. That's right.
Yes.
That is the thing that increasing. Not just MRI, right? In healthcare, you have a lot of equipment, right? That is high tech, right? And that need to be on AI, right? So they can actually operate automatically, right? To deliver the best service to patient, right? So I think that is growing trend. And we see hospital, right, healthcare in other parts of the world, they actually invest a lot on IT, and because healthcare on IT is actually one of the growing sector.
You see, I'm asking it because it's a very low-density country.
Yep.
It's a huge country, 1.5 million square kilometers. And then, from Ulaanbaatar to the most western end, it goes more than 2,000 kilometers. About 2,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
And yet, each provinces, we need all this sophisticated health machines, MRI or whatever, a computer, CT. All those are to be also managed, regulated by a doctor who needs to understand. And the technology is providing such a technology that, such a solutions with AI help.
Yeah.
So that means you need to educate the doctor himself, and those who are using it.
Yeah.
In that sense, Dell Technologies, do you provide kind of educational training for the people, and how does it work in Mongolia, for example?
Yeah. So our business is more on infrastructure setting up for a healthcare organization, right? We are not on help them train, right? But we have seen a lot of development, right, on this area. Now, in healthcare industry, they are using AR, right, augmented reality, immersive experiences, right, to help train the healthcare professional, to be better in help people, right? So from their circumstance, especially. When you work remotely, from Ulaanbaatar to the remote location, you may need to have like telemedicine.
Yes.
And you need some specialist doctor, which may not available there, but available here.
Yes.
So they should be able to work together.
Yes.
Partner with a machine, right? Partner with the remote doctors over there, or any healthcare professional services over there, to help people. Right, so this is a way that we see as a big trend. Okay. Even in other countries, they also practice the same. Right, they don't have like a big location like Mongolia. They also practice the same.
This is very interesting. The doctor is here, the patient is there, and some person who is helping there just to do what this doctor is asking from here.
Right.
The other thing, in terms of the personal health data protection. Is it particular things you do, kind of security?
Yep. So I think that is regarding to the very first topic we discussed, right, about privacy. The personal health data are even higher sensitive.
More sensitive,
yes. Number one, right, we have to make sure that the law and regulation is very clear about protecting this, right? Which I'm sure every country, including Mongolia, have that.
Yes.
Law enforcement, then technology.
Yes.
That all has to be, included into the operation.
Certified people have to access with your consent.
Yes.
To your, in particular, health data.
But the most important, people. Yeah. Most of the case, right? The problem is happen because of the people, right? So we need to make sure that we train our people. We actually consistently, right, educate them, right? So how to protect. In some certain extent, we also seeing that the company or the healthcare organization themselves, they also test whether employee can actually open to the the problem, right? So then they have to fix that, right? So that's a growing trend.
you noticed that Mongolia, like Estonia, we are trying to have this frog leap. And now we have some 600 services of the government online.
Yeah.
And it's called e-Mongolia. It's on in your phone. And how to make sure that people who are using it confident that it's only you who are looking at it and who can manage it. And everybody from the government side, anybody who use your data, you should know. In that sense, how you think Mongolia things go? Do you particular study on that?
Yeah. So I would say that when we saw increasing trend of using digital services, no matter government, public sector, private sector, it is exposed more risk. That's why there's some new innovation coming in as well, which call a zero trust kind of operation. Zero trust.
Trust.
Yeah, zero trust, right? Meaning that you cannot trust anything. Then when you cannot trust anything, you question, right? And then you have to find the best way to protect, to ensure that you make that a trustable environment, right? So that's the thing, right? So then a new, this is a new paradigm that all organization is now start looking for, to make sure that they implement this zero trust architecture, from everything that they do. Right, to make sure that people who use it can trust it. Yes, that's the thing.
With all just now trends, this multi-clouds, new as computing, with each organization they use AI, 5G, all this together requires environment where you invest a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money invested. So how do you see the return on investment in that circumstances?
Okay.
Like a small country like Mongolia, for example.
Sure. So that is the big question, right? So because IT investment is, you need some money, right, to invest as well. And you also expecting the ROI.
Yes.
But as we discussed, right, we are in a multi-years of challenges, right? Before pandemic, after pandemic, disruptive change. Now we're facing the global economy recession, so on and so forth. Investing in technology, if you done right, it can help you reduce costs. It can help you actually combat with the inflation or whatever that may impact your operation, and help you actually fight with the labor shortage as well. Because you can use some technologies, right, together with the people, right? So a lot of things that you can get benefit, but most important, use the intelligent solution to creating better experiences for your customer, right? Or creating the new business model. So now we cannot look at IT as a cost. IT should be the business enabler. Actually, should lead the business transformation, I would say. So that's how we expect the ROI.
Yes, it substantially reduces your cost, which people are to know before you sell your technology, your solutions, people to understand completely that this is good for you, it reduces your cost, etc. Right? So it's education matter also.
Yeah.
So your marketing is to also go with that too.
Yes, of course.
To show how does it save your cost, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm just, as an individual, just wondering, it is reducing labor. Less and less people work in particular industry where you use the IT. So what is the best experience in the world, in particular Southeast Asia, where many people live and work, to redirect their force into new businesses?
Right.
What do you do?
I want to say that technology is not aimed to reduce people.
Correct.
Right, but their role will be changed.
It's efficiency.
Their role will be changed. Yeah. So that's why a reskill, or retrain or develop the future skill is so important, right? In Dell Technologies, part of our moonshot goal as well, we support a lot in the STEM education, especially for youth and women, right? So we're trying to create more women intake, right? So because we know that whenever the technology is growing, we need to change the skill set of people so they can actually partner with machine and creating the better outcome. Right, that's what we want.
Also, it's a school level education too.
Right,
how to get these young people loving IT.
Correct.
Just it's like daily consumption. Eh?
Yeah, you know, when I was young, graduated in the high school, one of my female friend want to study engineer, and she enrolled to the engineering school. She is only one woman in the class, but nowadays it's changed, right? And when you look at the engineering course or computer, you see more girls and women, right, enroll themselves to the STEM education. That is a big future of the workforce that we can create, you know, more skillful on tech, right, for women and girls. So you will not face the shortage in the future in terms of new skill.
This STEM education for women is so important.
Yeah.
I hope Dell Technologies will be one of the leading force in Mongolia, since you have almost all our larger customers and personal and the corporate customers, and I think it's so key.
Yes,
your Dell Technology is also working in STEM, say having a particular award, let's say, like you do with the golf, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for.
Thank you so much.
As a president of Mongolian Golf Association, I would like to thank you for. In a row, 4 years already.
4 years already. Apart of that, you know, we actively work with the Women in Tech, Mongolia chapter as well. So we engage with them a lot and in many activities to promote this.
That's so nice to see that particular tangible contribution on your side, and I would like to thank you again.
Appreciate it.
And really, it's not only your company, or it's really common case to get people educated in IT. Right. In particular, the women and youth is a very good point.
Yep.
Thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you. Appreciated your support as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
За хүн үзэгчтэй өнөөдөр манай Defacto нэвтрүүлгийн зочноор Dell Technology гэж компани байгаа тийм Dell Technology. Энэ Азийн орнуудыг хариуцсан Дэд Ерөнхийлөгч Анотай Ветаяакорн оролцлоо.